we'll head over here, and you actually need to head inside in order to get the sacred, sparkling LaCroix forest water. Check it out. So we've only used this once before, and that was against the fight against the Belland asshole boss of the Forbidden Woods, who I can't even be bothered to remember right now. Very interesting way to take out the boss, but after 30 minutes, it loses its forest freshness, and in the GameCube version, it was actually 20 minutes. So after that, it's normal water, which means the second we leave this place, and Pixel jumped back on the couch. That's the third time in this 50-minute recording session that she has done that. Make up your damn mind. We have a bit of a journey to go across, and if you're good enough, you can do this in like 8 minutes or so, but including all of the travel times and text boxes and animations that go into doing this, well, it might take a little bit longer than that, but we'll go through and make our way through here as quickly as possible because, well, with the Ballad of the Christian Bales, it will be easy. So let's do this. And the first area that we want to go is actually nowhere near that. I just casted that for nothing. We actually want to not jump out of here, but we want to head east. East, please. And would that be in this direction? I would assume. Yes, I am going there. We need to return to the Cliff Plateau Isles, I believe are what they're called, and find them over here. This is definitely somewhere we visited at some point in the future. In the past, I mean. I have no idea why I said that. But yeah, this is one of the first places we visited, and it was so glorious. Unfortunately, we don't really have any way to get up there, so we have to go through all the way through the bottom again. So let's go and equip. We'll do that. Just in case we lose our footing, like I know I will. And head back through, down over here. Whew, well, that was a very awkward way to come out of that hole, but we're here, and we've got the water, so let's go and douse this bad boy with it. And he will be erect, just as he needs to be. A little jaundiced still, but he's fine. So let's drop back down over here, and now we can use the Ballad of the Christian Bales once again. I don't know why I accidentally said, why is this not activating when I press the button? Oh, it's so selective. Next area of business is actually Shark Isle, which is directly northeast of Outset. It's to the left of this place, so we'll go here and we will immediately go west. I love how insane we just go crazy. It's kind of the best. Alright, so, I don't have this area discovered on my map. I feel like that's something I should do real fast, so we'll go and see if we can visit our good friend. I can multitask a little bit. Here you are. And tell me something I want to know. Nice. Thank you for telling me that that was already there. Listen up, small fry. This is just between you and me. On Outset, buried beneath the black soil, there's some serious treasure. I know it sounds like I'm trying to pull your leg, but I'm serious. We gotta try digging. So he's saying try using animal labor in order to get riches beyond our wildest dreams. Sounds good. I'll keep that in mind. Get out of here. We don't need you. And we'll continue heading west. There we go. The correct direction. Now, Shark Island is actually an area that we can't quite do everything just yet, but we will be returning to it because we are one item short of being able to do it. So let's go and get a little bit more bait out and get this man as well, just so that we can have it nice and filled in and we're not going over places and not discovering them in the process. Hello, sir. Thank you for eating at Link Express. Such a weird island. There's so many things to pick up in the water over there. Holy smokes. Tell me, small fry, have you ever been caught in one of them cyclones? The wind deity Cyclos uses those cyclones to fly across the sea instantaneously. Yeah, thank you. More stuff that, well, pierce things from a distance. Yeah, more useless information, but it's kind of endearing to listen to all the hints that the game gives you. Because obviously if you know what to do, you're not going to need the hints, but yeah, it's one of those things, you know? Alright, let's go over here, and obviously there's going to be a fire leading into the base of this place. I think you only get 200 rupees for the business here, but that's okay. we will go and give some water to our second of, I believe, 8 of the Deku Sprouts. And there we go. Cool. Thank you so much. And after this, unfortunately, we need to do the Ballad of the Gales once again. That is the name of the game, the Ballad of Christian Bale. And we're actually going to be heading off to Great Fish Isle. So I'll meet you there, and I'm going to go pick up the fish here as well. Womp womp. Great Fish Isle. Thank you. Now, I wonder, you should come around these parts on nights when just a wee bit of the left half of the moon is missing. This is gonna become very relevant in the very near future. That's when it appears, Fry. Oh, hey, Georgie. I don't know. Oh, okay, now you're doing this nonsense again. Sorry, I won't do any more shitty Alexander Skarsgård impersonations. My voice kind of hurts a little too much for that anyways. So, our third point of business is actually on this little spiral island right over here. If you guys remember a while back, this is where we started, and it's also where you can find a piece of heart, should you so desire. But we already collected it, and we don't really care much for it. This place only serves to advance the plot, so let's go ahead up here. Up Spiral Mountain and check it out. How do you do, my friend? Have some of this sparkling water. Don't worry, it's still good for another 25 minutes, I promise. Hopefully I don't gotta be making the rounds every day, but we're done here, so drop on down. And now from here we can actually sail somewhere, and I believe we're going to want to go southwest, which is over to Needle Rock, I believe. Yeah, Needle Rock. Okay, cool. So I guess I'm somewhat heading in the correct direction, especially because I can see it off in the distance, and it's good. So ladies and gentlemen, my name's Allison Cruz. Sorry, I'm starting to lose my voice. I've actually been recording a ton of this so far. As of now, there's only been, I think, 3 episodes released since I started this project again, and I've been editing them and just trying to get them recorded en masse. And I'm having a really good time with it. We are really close to the end, and I know it seems like we're going really slowly and not really finishing up everything as we enter, but the minute we finish the Wind Temple, everything will come together beautifully, and we'll be basically there at the end, because after we get all the treasure charts and we find all of the treasure, it's just a straight shot to the end, and this project will be over, which is depressing, almost as depressing as this little goddamn sprout in the sun. Here you go, my friend. I know, it's rough. Okay, apologies for that. Somebody literally was scratching the door, and I have no idea who they were or where they went, but it scared the shit out of me. It's also really awkward when you're sitting here talking to yourself playing a video game and somebody's just listening in through these paper thin walls, and it's a mess. Anyways, let's get the hell out of here, because we can now warp on over to the Tower of the Gods. So I think I'm also going to collect this fish, and I'll meet you guys in a moment. Oh yeah, we got the Tower of the Gods, baby. I've done a fish fortune on you, small fry, and from what I can tell, looks like you're fated to come to this place many times. And the keys that control that fate are none other than the lucky items known as the Triumph Forks, the magical utensils for your magical phalanges. However, we gotta talk to that guy named Tingle again with the very unfortunate fortune telling. Wonderful. Alright, well, the reason why I wanted to bring you all here to the great fortuneness area of the gods is so that we could actually head off to our private cabana and get one of our friends there. Apparently, the last thing that Miss Marie had commissioned done to the island of the cabana, the private oasis, is to have a great Deku tree erected there in our honor. And I gotta tell you guys, not particularly worth our time, but still, we'll come and visit this place. And when I was practicing, apparently I was under the complete impression that we had already been to this place and we explored it just a little bit, but we hadn't. And there's actually something that we can collect here that I don't really have right now, so I'm gonna equip that, and we'll be on our way. I'm pretty sure we at least spoke to the butler, but I'm not sure. I'll have to look through my videos to where we kind of went in this general direction. But here we go. This actually looks like a really inviting place to come visit. Mrs. Marie's Cabana, the property of Windfall's lovely teacher. Visitors not welcome. The management. Well, screw you. I'm the owner now. I am the management, and I am the one who knocks. Hello, good sir. We'll come to you in due time. However, I would like to jump over here and reach this, if at all possible, because there is a chest here. Am I wrong in assuming that this is something we have done and that the clouds just went away really quick? Because I honestly feel like we have collected this, but if not, here we go. Showing it officially, unofficially, for last time. And I got an email! The treasure chart. Beautiful. I will do it. However, here we go. This is actually a really nice place to put it, now that I think about it. Here you go. The very bright sand on top of it all. Cool. And we'll be done. I'm pretty sure I got a picture of all of the core rocks. I'll have to double check on my own time, which is really unfortunate, but I'm relatively certain that I did back on our first visit to Windfall, or Forest Haven rather. I'm a dummy. So, most people might take a different route than I am. I'm just doing it based off of what makes sense. And the next area we need to go is 1 square north of the Great God Tower. And I just don't feel like Ballad of the Galesing there and then going north. So I'm going to take a second here and bring your attention down to the bottom screen, the map that I can now show off in all of its wonderful glory. And something that I'd like to make note of in particular are the submarine charts, which show you where all the submarines are and in what quadrant. It doesn't tell you what's inside of them, but for the most part, you'll probably want to visit most of them. And on top of that, we also have Beetle's chart. This one is also not incredibly important as well because, well, all it really does is tell you where the masked beetle lies. So take that into consideration as we also take a look at the platform chart. Almost as unimportant as everything that we've seen before it. Some of them will have bombs, but it's not shown on the screen. And on top of that, we have the Incredible chart, Tingle's chart, and then regular treasure charts. There's a couple of other ones, like the Sea Hearts that we can collect, which shows you where all of the, you know, pieces of heart that are out to sea are at, as well as, well, the caves, I think? I'm not entirely sure, but honestly, I don't care. Let's get this guy, and then we're gonna have to warp on over somewhere else. Cool. Really hope we're done with this very soon. It's getting so melodramatic, so difficult. But now we're gonna head over to Tingle's Island, which again, I think is one of those places, yeah, we've already seen too. And we need to actually sail to the Mother and Child Isle. It's such a difficult sentence to say. And we'll almost be done here. I am going to be collecting the fishmen and getting the information about the quadrants all around this area. So stay tuned for that, and I'll meet you in just a second. So back at Rockspire Island, or Isle, I think it just said, we have ourselves another bit of business. I wonder how long it's been since the light in Windfall's lighthouse went dark. Oh, that is another thing I forgot. Oh no. Alright, well I know what we're doing at the end of this video. It was quite a grand sight, I tell you, that way the ray of light shone out like a shaft of gold through the cold darkness. Used to gaze at it with dear Jillian. Anyways, I bet if someone could shoot a powerful spark into the top of the lighthouse, it would light up again. But of course, that's just my intuition. Cool. So we're just south of the Mother and Child Isle, so I will meet you guys. Actually, I probably don't even need to anymore. Whatever, let's just keep going. There's no fun in just like cutting through everything, you know? It is one of those things that is not very interesting about playthroughs, is that I feel like there's a very fine line in determining what you need to cut to make a project interesting versus what you probably should cut to stop it from being mundane. And as long as somebody has the potential to keep a relatively interesting conversation going with themselves, it's a little more difficult to have to cut and edit in between all of those moments, regardless of what's going on. Oh, fuck me. Hello. Alright, those are gonna pop out of nowhere. So I'm pretty sure this is 6-Eye Reef? I'm not exactly sure. We'll learn from this asshole, I suppose. Oh, it's Four Eye Reef. Okay. Well, directly west of the Child Isles is this area. You've seen those weird rings of light that appear on the surface of the... Yes, I have. Some of them only appear at night. Yeah, that's actually a very interesting tidbit of information, just in case you might not have realized. And technically, something that I want to mention about these eye reefs that we've seen, it's like 1 through 7, and then there's Cyclone reefs, something. Now that we've beaten the Forsaken Fortress for the second time, and we've rescued our sister, all of these will now have self-defense mounted cannons inside of them, and we're going to need to visit each individual one in order to take out all the cannons and get a prize atop each one, whether it be rupees, pieces of heart, or treasure charts. It's something that we're going to need to do in the very near future, I'm going to say. There's another really tedious sea business we need to do regarding Zunari, the shop trader. But oh my god, what is going on? Jesus. What is with all these people and all these bombs going off? But for the most part, I would like to visit each individual Cyclops reef. Cyclops? I don't know why I keep saying it like that. It's like I'm a dummy or something. And we'll go and deal with that there. But for now, the Child Isle. Here we go. Tell me what you got, good sir.